Birdside. What's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out Bridgeside for yet another installment of Bridgeside Sports Pick'em with Donnie and Boo. This is Donnie.
What's up, Boo?
I'm Boo. This is our third installment. We break down the games. We make our picks so you don't have to. And we're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about last week. All right? Last week, we both had a very good week in college football.
Oh, yeah.
Donnie, you went 3-0.
Absolutely.
I went 3-0 as well. So that's 6-0 between the two of us. Unfortunately, soccer didn't fare as well.
No, dreadful.
We both didn't hit on our soccer picks, but I guess that's what happens when you take MLS and you put too much faith in the United States of America. But anyway, college football, you want to talk about your picks you made real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Starting Notre Dame, it was a cupcake, as I said. They wound up winning handily. Then I said don't believe in Texas, and you shouldn't have believed in Texas because they wound up losing outright.
That's right.
On a 19-point spread. So that worked out very well for me. And then I just taken the even Marshall game against Miami of Ohio, the rivalry, and Marshall took it at home. So
very nice.
You know.
On my front, I took Wisconsin. Scared me. That was a big spread, and they went down 10-0 early. But then they reeled off the next 52 points. They showed
big fourth quarter for you.
Yeah, they showed what they're all about. I took Michigan. They were -6, but I said I was worried about Florida. I didn't think that, especially with all those suspensions, that they were going to be able to hold up.
Yeah.
And Michigan was able to pull away late.
Yeah.
And then my last pick was Cal. And Cal, like Donnie's pick, was a big dog, but they ended up actually winning the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was impressed with that. And again, MLS, Dallas FC.
Tie, I got a draw. Not good enough for the win in soccer, but...
Right, but they did draw. I think that was coming off a 6-game losing streak, right?
No, 6 winless,
okay,
7
so
winless now.
They continued their winless streak.
Didn't work out.
Too much faith in them.
Yeah.
And again, I was excited about the United States of America World Cup qualifier. It goes to show you can't pick with your heart. You got to pick with your head. I guess I was a little bit guilty of that there, and they lost pretty handily against Costa Rica.
That they did, yep.
All right, let's get into this week's picks. We're talking NFL this week.
Big time.
You excited?
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. All right.
Great week of sporting.
Donnie, hit us with your heavy favorite pick.
All right, I mean, I'm going very simply the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Browns. I mean, I think that this would be an easy double-digit spread, but people think the Browns are going to be much better this year just because they're young. They got some good players in the draft. They brought in a couple of people. I still think that Pittsburgh's going to wipe the floor with them. So
okay, they're on the road. Doesn't scare you?
No, not at all.
Okay. No. My pick here is Atlanta. They are on the road, but they're actually 8-1 in their last 9 road games against the spread.
Yeah.
So they play well recently on the road. You know that they're good in the dome, but they also carry it over to the road. And we're talking about Chicago. They're playing a Chicago team, which is just
the hapless Bears.
They're not there yet, you know, and they're starting. I mean, I'm just not worried about that team.
I wouldn't be.
They're also a slow starting team. They are every year. I think Atlanta, they have the firepower to just blow them out, and I think they win by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment.
All right, let's move over to our dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, talk about your dog pick.
Okay, here we go. This is the season opener. I got the Chiefs. This was my sentiment, right? First of all, it's the first game of the season. Usually plays closer than you think. Secondly, if there's anything that ever stops the Patriots, it's a great pass. It's a great pass rush.
Nothing ever stops the Patriots. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, the Denver Broncos in the playoffs. Great pass rush.
But are they playing the Denver Broncos?
No, but a great pass rush is what they're playing.
All right.
And a phenomenal front seven on the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's basically what I'm banking on, so...
Okay, awesome. Here I went with the Jaguars. Now, I'm a lot higher on the Jaguars than I think a lot of people are. They're getting 6 points. This game is going to have a lot of emotion. This is the first game after, all the floods in Houston. They're playing in Houston.
A lot of heart.
It makes me think of that game after Hurricane Katrina.
Right.
But this is not the New Orleans Saints with Drew Brees. We're talking about Tom Savage here.
Yeah.
All right, and he is not a Savage.
It made me think about it, yep.
So I think this is a low-scoring game. I think you get looking at a score in the teens for both teams. It's going to be close. It's going to be a dogfight. I think the Jaguars. By the way, the 2 games they played last year were decided by a total of 4 points. So I'll take the 6 points.
Oh yeah.
I'm big on the Jaguars. I like Fournette. I like a comeback for Bortles. We'll see. So I'll take in the 6 points for the Jags.
No, I like the pick. I like the pick a lot.
All right, let's move it on. So our about even pick, Donnie. You took the Raiders, yeah.
I mean, the Raiders last season, one of the best teams in football. They were going to be a 1 or 2 seed. Derek Carr breaks his leg. I think that they're right back on the saddle this year. Their defense, although young, will be better. Their offense, pretty much the same. Addition, Marshawn Lynch. I mean, if
Beast mode, baby.
If he's back, then I think that they wipe the floor with the Titans.
So I got to ask you, a lot of people are high on the Titans this year, though.
No, that's the thing. I actually don't even dislike the Titans. I like the Titans. I think they may make a push. I just like the Raiders a lot better. They're a high-powered offense, and I think that they wind up coming out ahead, especially with the 1.5 points.
Awesome. All right, here I went with the Redskins. Redskins are actually getting a point at home against the Eagles. Now, listen, I don't think too much of the Redskins, but I don't think a lot of the Eagles either.
Right.
So this line actually opened up at the Redskins were favored like 2.5, 3 points. It's moved all the way to the Redskins getting a point. At home, I think this is another division game. Actually, Washington, looking at the stats, they've won the last 5 meetings against the Eagles.
Redskins haven't been bad,
Redskins have not been bad. I'm a big fan of their coach. Gruden has overachieved with that team. They've been over 500 the 2 years he's been there.
Terrible defenses
And they're not
every year
that good. So I'm putting my trust in him. I'm taking the home team, getting a point. I think they win this game.
I love it.
All right. Let's move on to, we had to continue. We did so well with college football, not to pat ourselves on the back, but it was a nice start. So we got to at least make one pick here. So what's your college football pick of the week?
Simply put, I mean, Clemson, one of the top-ranked teams in the nation. They played very well in their opener. I mean, I just like them at home against Auburn. I love the pick, and that's what I'm going with this week.
Auburn's a good team, too. That should be a really good game. Yeah. Here I went Stanford. This is another marquee matchup. Stanford going into USC. They're getting 6.5 points. I just think that Stanford is the better team here. UCLA is a good team as well. Right. But even last year, UCLA was about the same. Stanford beat them, and they beat them the last few matchups. So I'm not worried about the road because Stanford is actually a very good road team. They do very well on the road, and UCLA is not as good at home as you would think.
And didn't Stanford put up some ungodly number last week?
Stanford, I think they beat Rice 52 or 62-7.
62, I believe was the game.
And to be honest, USC kind of struggled with Western Michigan. It was actually tied going into the fourth quarter.
Right.
So I'm not putting too much faith in them. I think Stanford, if you really want to go out on a limb, I think Stanford goes in there and wins this weekend.
I can see it. Absolutely.
All right. So that's our 4 picks of the week. We'll see how we did. We'll come at you again next week. As always, with our weekly segments, we'll probably be picking more football.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is the time of the season.
Rolling on NFL, absolutely.
You got it, right? Yeah. So enjoy opening kickoff weekend. You know we will. And we'll see you next week.
Later.
Go Birdside.